take on Birmingham City this weekend, and a win for them will see them move to within touching distance of the top 2 spots. But of course, standing in the way will be Troy Deeney and his lads. Can we get over them? We'll take a little look at it next. And guess what, boys and girls? We are live. That's right, folks, back once again with another match preview. Looking forward to Blackburn Rovers' next match out in the Championship up against Birmingham, and we'll get to that in just 1 second. If you're new, where you been? Smash your subscribe, hit your bang up to all things Blackburn Rovers related, Big Bad Bob Road Diaz related, Championship related. We've got it all here, boys. Under one Rooski, and yes, we are live previewing the game. Of course, looking forward to this one potentially, as of course a lot of the games around the Championship might not even go ahead. So of course we've got a couple of people in the chat. Welcome. Get your thoughts and opinions, predictions, of course, for the game in the chat, and of course we'll have a look at those as we get on. So here we go then. Of course we're going to try and get through the preview here. Of course, yes, Rovers go back home, of course, to Ewood Park, entertaining of course Troy Deeney's Birmingham City. So let's take a little look then, of course, at Blackburn Rovers. In case you don't know, we do play our games at Ewood Park. 31,000 can fit inside Ewood Park on a really busy day, but of course we haven't seen those numbers in a long time. Tony Mowbray is our manager, of course. Darrell Lennon is our capitano. Of course, the nearest match for the away day fans will be Preston. Of course, we haven't had the away game for that yet, have we? Of course, we have just come back from the Bournemouth one, which was the furthest they'll have to travel. Of course, last season we finished 15th. Of course, prediction at the start of the season was 20-1 to get promoted as champions. Of course, my prediction way back at the start of the season was 10th. We're doing a little bit better than that, but of course it could get much better than that. Now we've got a couple of people in the house. Tony T, it might be my guy from work, you never know. Of course, this is the recent resume then, shall we? Of course, from Blackburn Rovers coming at you. We come into this on the back of a 2-0 win against Bournemouth. Of course, nobody saw that one coming. We also beat Preston North End, of course, at home, Stoke as well, and Peterborough. 4 wins on the bounce, 4 clean sheets on the bounce, as of course Rovers tried to make it 5 wins on the bounce here. Of course, let's take a look at the stats. We've got Big Bad Bob Road Diaz with 17 goals so far this season. Gallagher's got 5, O'Donnell's got 4, and Ayala's got 2. As for the discipline, Buckley's got himself 6 yellows, Lennon's got 5, Burton's got 5, Waffle's got 4, and there's a whole host of other guys as well down the bottom there. That's of course Reds, 2 red cards so far this season. Of course, Van Heck, karate kick, the Meister there, and of course Hayden Carter as well. So those are the guys that have been in the referee's book. Let's take a look then. Of course, my starting 11 for this game coming at you on Saturday. Of course, we've got Kaminsky between sticks. It is pretty much it picks itself at the moment. There's a couple of question marks with the team. So Kaminsky between the sticks. We've got Pickering at left back. Again, he would start at the moment. We've got Nyambi at right back now. He was taken off in that game against Bournemouth, with Buckaroo moving to the right back slot. Then we've got Lenihan, Van Heck and Wharton. Wharton also had a tummy bug last time around. So if the case is that those two, Wharton and Nyambi, are not available, I would go with Ayala in Wharton's spot. And then of course Nyambi, you'll probably put Buckley back there, and then maybe put on Bradley Johnson or maybe Davenport or something like that. Of course, the 3 in the midfield would stay the same. Otherwise, Rothwell, Travis and Buckley. You've got Diaz up top, Cadra as well, leading the charge. So that's, of course, the Rovers lineup. Of course, heading out this game, again, if we can avoid getting called off by COVID and all that kind of jazz, we're going to be taking on Hull City on Boxing Day. That's, of course, on the 26th of December. Of course, then we follow that up with a home game against Barnsley. Then we head into the new year. Still some favourable results, fixtures for Rovers. We've got Huddersfield at Ewood Park as well. And then we've got the FA Cup match against them Ticks, Wigan at their place. Win. I don't really care about that one. We can win it, we can lose it. I don't really care. But of course, winning keeps the wheels moving, the momentum going. And of course, we've got a difficult game against Cardiff at their place. Again, if you're new guys, smash your subscribe wherever you are in the world. Let's take a look at the opposition then. Birmingham City coming at you. Of course, play their games at St Andrews. Lee Bowyer is the manager. Harley Dean is the capitano, according to my eyes anyway. Of course, the nearest match for them is West Brom. The most distance they'll have to travel will be up against Middlesbrough. Last season they finished 18th. Jamesbury's FC in the house says Birmingham are going to get battered. I don't know. We'll elaborate on why I don't think that's the case in a minute. So of course the nearest is West Brom. Of course the most distance is Middlesbrough. Last season 18th. Of course 40-1 was their odds at the start of the season. My prediction is 15th for them this campaign. We'll show you where they are in a minute. Of course this is their resume heading into this. Not great, but not bad either. They picked up a couple of. If you look at it one way, they've got 1 defeat in the past 4 games. Of course that 1 defeat was against Millwall. Picking up draws against Cardiff. Cardiff, Coventry, of course, an awkward side, and beating a Blackpool team, which we didn't beat as well. So in the Championship, anybody can beat anybody. Of course, we showed that last week against Bournemouth. So they've had it hot and cold at the minute. Of course, Scotty Hogan is the top goal scorer with 6 goals. Troy Newman's got 4. Djukowicz, of course, of course, got himself a couple of goals there. Gardner as well. Pedersen, of course, got 5 yellows. McCree also 5. Gardner's got 4. Sunčić as well has got 4 as well. Shelley Cumbridge in the house. That does sound like a fake name, but of course, anyway, Gardner with a couple of red cards and Woods as well. This is, of course, my starting 11 then for you, for Birmingham, who I anticipate to be. They've got Sarkic between the 6, Pedersen at a left centre back. We've got Roberts and Sanderson to make up the back 3. We've got Bella at the left hand side of a 4-man midfield. Graham on the right. McCree, Sunčić, and the young guy in the middle, I think his name is Jones, youngster, 17 years of age. He's been playing the last 3 games. He's been all right, actually, not too shabby. They got Scotty Hogan up top leading the charge with Deeney. There's goals in those 2. I know they might not be ripping it up in the rankings, but they've got goals there. They've got Djukowicz on the bench. They've actually got quite an extensive team that has all kinds of mixtures and flavours, but this has been the team for the most part for the past 3 or 4 games. Of course, let's take a look at what they're going to be facing after this game. Of course, on Boxing Day, again, if it goes ahead, we'll be taking on Fulham at Craven Cottage. Difficult game that, but of course they'll bounce back hopefully with back to 3 home games on the spin against Peterborough. Should win that one. QPR, difficult one there. Plymouth Argyle in the cup, and then of course Preston North End in the bloody league. So that's of course what's in store for Birmingham. Let's take a look at the stats then, shall we? Of course, Rovers on the left, Birmingham on the right. Possession for Rovers, 42% of all of our possession is in the middle third, 28% moving forward and 29% going back. With our defensive halves there. As for Birmingham, 41% of their possessions in the middle third, 26% in the defensive third as well. And of course, we've got 33% going forward for Birmingham. Of course, when they have the ball, Rovers preferring the right-hand side. 41% of all of our possession down the right, 35% down the left, and 24% down the middle. As for Birmingham, they also prefer the right. 39% of their possession down that side, 34% down the left, and 27% down the middle. Of course, the shots then for Rovers, 57% of all our shots are in the 18-yard box, 34% long-range bad boys, and 8% in that Daka-Rooney zone, which of course will get better once he gets back, of course, fit and raring to go. As for Birmingham, they get 62% of all their shots in that 18-yard box, 28% long-range cookies, and 10% in the scrappy WD area. Of course, they're a shot direction for Rovers. We prefer to shoot on the left-hand side, 20% of all our shots coming down that left. When I say prefer, of course, of the wings, 50% down the right, 65% down the middle. Of course, Birmingham also prefer the middle, but also opt for the left-hand side as well, 16% of their shots as well. Let's take a look at our home form against their away form, and of course, we'll put that in perspective in the table in a second. Rovers coming to this just 1 defeat, and it's a stinker, of course, at home in the last 6 games. It was a whopper, 7-0 loss to Fulham. Follow it up, and if we exclude that, the last 4 home games, we've only conceded 1 goal at home. That was against Sheffield United. As for Birmingham, though, again, it's not that bad when you look at it. Yeah, just 1 win in 6. It's not brilliant. There's a couple of cheeky draws there. Birmingham's an awkward place to go. Coventry as well are flying high. So let's not rule out a potential shock here. And that's what it would be. It would be level of shock because Rovers are flying high. Birmingham not doing so much as well. Anyway, heading into this one, we played each other 37 times since the year 2000. Rovers picking up 14 wins. They picked up 11. We picked up 12 draws. That's a 92% success rate for Rovers in the last 6 games. Picking up 5 wins and a draw. Birmingham coming into this 33% success rate. Their biggest win over us was a 4-0 win. The biggest win for us over them was also a 4-0 win. We've actually scored 57 goals against them. They've scored 47 as well, with a 1.54 goals a game ratio for Rovers up against their 1.27 as well. Take over MK Dance Party tomorrow at your school. Well, good luck. Good luck for you at your school there. Of course, let's take a look at the last 6 then. Now, this is, of course, both home and away. We come into this on the back of a 5-2 win at Ewood Park last season. Of course, that was the final game of the season. It was the final competitive game for Adam Armstrong for Blackburn Rovers, and he got himself a hat-trick. Also a final game for Harvey Elliott as well, of course, on loan. But yeah, it's 50-50. Look at that, 2-2-2, 2 wins apiece, 2 draws as well. But we have won back-to-back last season. Of course, that's what's going to fuel our fire heading into this one. But if you look at the games that did take place at Ewood Park, of course, we come into this unbeaten against them in the last 6. However, we've only won once in the last 4 against them, and that was, of course, last time a 5-2 win as well. And we don't have Adam Armstrong, who scored in each one of the last 3. Lucas Djukowicz has scored in 2 of the last 4, so he's there to cause us some problems as well. Let's take a look then, of course, at some more stats and figures then, shall we? Of course, Rovers coming at you, scoring 37 goals to our name so far. This season, 23 of them through open play, 6 set pieces, 4 counter-attacks, 3 penalties and 1 own goal. As for Birmingham, 22 goals scored this season, 14 through open play, 3 set pieces, 4 counter-attacks and 1 penalty, of course. We have a 16% conversion rate compared to their 8. They have more shots per game than we do, but of course we score 1.7 goals per game at the moment. As for goals conceded, we have conceded more goals than them, but of course 7 of those were in one game, so hopefully it's not going to be too much of that this round. 20 goals through open play, 5 set pieces, 1 counter attack, 1 OG. They've also conceded 14 through open play, 6 set pieces, 3 counter attacks, and 2 penalties with a known goal. Conversion rate is 10%. That's of course going the other way. Let's take a look at some of the numbers then, shall we? Of course, we both have played 22 games this season. Of course, Rovers picking up around about 2 goals a game compared to their 1. They average more shots than we do, more fouls, more corners as well. As for the aerial success rate, that's been bossed by Birmingham. Possession also just in favour of Birmingham, but we have a better pass success rate as well. That's, of course, not much good in statistics-wise for Rovers. As for the home versus away, we do pick up more shots than they do on the road. When they're on the road, of course, we also have better pass success rate. Again, they still boss the aerial duels and, of course, still boss possession. I think they must rank quite high because we are pretty decent with the aerial success rate as well, but we don't rank in the top 5. Anyway, let's take a look at what we can expect this coming weekend. Let's take a look at Rovers' strengths then. Scoring chances, counter attacks, creating long shot opportunities, creating chances through balls, chances through individual skill, and scoring chances. Stealing the ball from the opposition is also one of our strengths. Our weaknesses, though, defending against attack down the wings, defending against long shots, avoiding offside, and keeping possession of the ball. Our style of play is long balls, attacking down the right, taking long shots. We have a consistent first 11. We do like to play in our own half. We also allow opponents to play aggressively against us, and we also pretty aggressive ourselves. On the flip side, though, Birmingham coming at you. They do have a good, one of their strengths is scoring chances, attacking set pieces, counter attacks, protecting the lead. Aerial duels is, of course, up there, and stealing the ball from the opposition. Their weaknesses, though, finishing scoring chances, keeping possession of the ball, defending against counter attacks, avoiding fouling in dangerous areas, defending against skillful players as well. Going up. Watch it happen. I bloody hope so. Meanwhile, the weaknesses, though, finishing scoring chances, keeping possession of the ball, defending counter attacks, fouling in dangerous areas, and defending against skillful players. Their style of play, a lot of shots, controlling the game, long balls, attempting crosses often, attempting through balls, and also attacking down the middle. Aggressive as well, and they also have a consistent first 11. Of course, the forecast says Birmingham will control the game in the opposition half. They'll also be shown a high number of cards. There'll be a high number of cards in general, and the Birmingham will steal the ball from the opposition. Rovers, though, will score from a fast break. They'll steal the ball from the opposition very, very often. It also will also score from a result of an individual bit of skill. So this is the journey so far for both of the two sides. Of course, Birmingham had a bit of a struggle, but of course currently find themselves in 15th. What did I say? Did I say 15th at the end of the season? That's of course where I think they'll end up. Rovers, though, of course, I did say they'll end up around about 10th, but of course flying high in 4th at the moment. And of course, like I said, a win potentially to go into 3rd and maybe move within a point of 1st. Let's take a look at the form then, shall we? The form table. Rovers are top of the pops at the last 6 games. Of course, picking up 16 out of 18 points. Let's give that a round of applause, guys. Of course, we don't know how long that will continue, but let's just give it a bloody round of applause. As for Birmingham, they're coming at you in 20th in the form table. Of course, that's both home and away. Let's take a look at the home then. Of course, Rovers currently find themselves in 4th in the home form. Of course, picking up 13 out of 18 out of the last 6 at home. Of course, that one defeat was that Fulham one. We don't really want to talk about that. As for Birmingham, of course, they're in 14th, but it doesn't really matter because they're playing on the road. Speaking of the road, Blackburn are actually in 4th. Again, we're not playing on the road, but of course, Birmingham are in 18th on the road. Only 5 points out of possible 18, of course, on their travels. Let's take a look then at, of course, the top 5 then, shall we? Of course, across the board, across these spectrums, then, shall we? I predict Blackburn 5-2 against Birmingham. I hope so. What's my prediction? My prediction will come out at the end of this. Of course, the possession-based size, of course, Swansea lead the charge there quite comfortably as well. 62% possession for them. Sheffield United, Fulham, QPR and Bournemouth pick up the power 5. As for the most aggressive, Rovers in 2nd. They're picking up 50 yellows, 2 reds so far this season. And of course, the chasing pack. As for the aerial duels, no sign of Birmingham, no sign of Rovers. Stoke lead the charge there, 57.3. Aerial duels won by Stoke. Cardiff, Millwall, Luton and West Brom make up the power 5. The shots per game dominated by Fulham, 16.5. West Brom are up there in 16 as well. QPR, Coventry, Sheffield United as well make up the power 5. As for the pass accuracy, again, Swansea, Fulham, Sheffield United, QPR and Bournemouth lead the charge. Let's take a look at the games that are scheduled right now. Of course, they are dropping like flies at the moment. Hopefully, Rovers can get through these next 48 hours and get the game on of course. They've got Barnsley against West Brom. That's scheduled right now to take place tomorrow. Middlesbrough against Bournemouth. It's the early kickoff. There's actually 2 early kickoffs on Saturday. Cardiff against Derby as well. Coventry against Stoke. Bristol City against Huddersfield. We've got Peterborough against, they go to Blackpool. Forest up against Hull. Fulham against Sheffield United. Now, where's Bournemouth and all this? Bournemouth are taking on that, so we'll see. We'll see how they go. That's a difficult game for Bournemouth. We, of course, have the game of the day. It is at Ewood Park, and we will be live. We'll have a watch-along for that as well. 2:45, that's American time, of course, just in case you don't know. This is the table as it stands right here and now. A win for Birmingham in 15th. Mathematically, they could go up to 9th. That's crazy heights there. A win for Rovers, of course. We could actually leapfrog West Brom, and, of course, move within touching distance of Bournemouth. Not only Bournemouth, but also closer to closing in on Fulham as well. So 6 points off the top right now. We could be 3 points off the top come the final whistles this coming Saturday. So of course that's that. What about the goal scoring charts? Then have a look at it. Here you go. Of course, Mitrovic leads the charge, 22 goals so far this season. Brereton Diaz has got himself 17. Solanke in the power 3 there was 16, and then the host of the chasing pack. As for the assists, look at that. Joe Rothwell's up there with 7. Take a bloody bow so far, Joe. Pick up 7 assists so far again. What about my prediction then, shall we? I've already covered it in the old championship preview for the week, but I'm going to go big. Yeah, I'm going to go big. 3-1 win for Rovers. I just think our form right now is good. We usually have a shit Christmas period, really do. We usually throw things away, and I'm hoping that we can see out the next 2 or 3 games and pick up points and remain unbeaten, of course, because we have an awkward January. You know, once we sidestep the FA Cup and of course Cardiff and all that, we do have a really, really tough old January and February. So get the points now. Of course, maybe we can hang on into that top 6 and of course ride the course of the season. But that, my friends, is my pickaroo. Of course, yeah, I am wearing a sexy bit of kit right here, right now. It is a big bad boy Brereton Diaz hoodie. There is a link in the description. We do have it in white. We do have it in blue. Get it now for your Christmas. Stick it under your tree and all that kind of jazz. So what do we think? Chris Click says 4-0 Rovers. He's gone big on that one. We have a couple of other predictions as well. Tiny T with a 5-2 win as well. We had Mark Greenwood at the top of the shop there, 4-1 win for Rovers as well. Let me know. Get your picks in down below in the comment section. Again, check out the link for the sexy hoodie. Check me out on Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, and all that kind of stuff, and Patreon as well. But of course, this is live. We'll be live on Saturday for game day. If you can't go to the game, we're a little bit nervous about everything out there, you can always catch me live for the watch along as well. But that, my friends, is just about that. Give it some loving. Smash your thumbs up. Smash your subscribe. I'm going to get out of here. I've got to go to work. But until then, guys, I'll see you soon for the next one, of course. And hopefully we'll have a review to smile about. Take over MK Dons. Take over League One. Take over Don. Okay. Yo. A bit of MK Dons loving in the chat. Anyway, guys, that is it. I'll see you soon for the next one, folks. Again, watch along Saturday. Here if you need me. Until then, guys, I'm going to bounce out of here. Have a good day. I'll see you soon for the next one. Come on, Rovers. Let's make it 5 wins on the bounce, 5 clean sheets as well. Until then, dudes, I'm out of here.